The views expressed in the interviews and commentary are solely those of the individuals providing them and do not reflect the opinions of PPS Holdings Trust, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or employees.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How are you guys feeling?
Good.
Great.
Great?
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Awesome. You guys feeling comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So, we are celebrating Mandela Day. It's coming in fast. That tells you that you're halfway throughout the year.
Yeah.
And also, there's this massive trend of taking care of your health, fitness, there are challenges and different sports. And, I love it. It creates a sense of community as well. And so I want to ask you guys, since Mandela Day is about caring about others, looking out for others, how do you feel like young people can take responsibility for their own health and wellness?
Yeah. I think, the obvious answer, I guess, is exercise. That being maybe gym or going for a run, or like the group classes at the gyms. But yeah, definitely that. And then obviously a healthy diet. But yeah, that's easier said than done. I think we can agree.
That's something we hate much because we love eating what we want, not actually going with the diet. If I want meat now, I can just go eat meat. Not like I have to add some green stuff on my meat. What for? I want meat.
Yeah, I think our generation, if I can be a bit biased, I think we do that a bit better than any other generation. Like nowadays, I don't know if you've seen, but there's coffee raves where people go to a coffee shop at 5 o'clock in the morning and they will just start dancing in front of a DJ at 5 o'clock in the morning. Other generations are leaving the clubs at 5 in the morning. So I feel like our generation really does take that to the next level. So it's not so much about, we put in fitness first. It's like, well, no, sorry. If I could actually say we are doing that already to a great extent, yeah.
What do you have to say, Mobi?
I think also prioritizing mental health. I feel like that's a huge thing. I think one can take care of themselves by prioritizing their mental health, I guess. Yeah.
Do you feel like mental health has become, there's been conversations around how maybe in previous generations they couldn't necessarily define something like mental health, because then you go into mental health and there's different aspects of them, Do you think it's made it easier for us because we've got the information, or is it just because now we are the adults or growing into adults and we're experiencing these things, and so now we're like, okay, this needs to be addressed? What do you think, Dylan?
I think in the past, mental health was a taboo topic. It was frowned upon to maybe reach out and say, I need help with my mental health, because we were viewed as sick and like there was something wrong with you, whereas now it's more accepted to reach out for help and treat mental health problems.
Well, to add on to what Dylan just said, I think we're just a bit more socially conscious. We are aware of ourselves and the people around us. I think we're a bit more connected. I understand that we're all going through something, and it's just we're a bit more empathetic. We're understanding that I'm placing myself in Dylan's shoes and trying to understand him a bit more. That allows me to also kind of view myself in him. If that makes sense, yeah.
That's dope. Do you think young people kind of prioritize their lifestyle more than they do their wellness or their health, or do you think they kind of go hand in hand?
Yes, I don't think it's mutually exclusive. No,
really.
Nah.
I mean, you've got Tebogo over here saying that no, if he wants to just have meat, he doesn't need to add green stuff. So it seems like a bit of a toss up. But you guys feel like now lifestyle has actually become wellness and health.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fitness is a lifestyle. Health is a lifestyle.
Do you think it's because it's being documented?
Yeah, I was going to say, I also think there's a lot more awareness around what's good and bad for your body, opposed to maybe 30 years ago where doctors were arguing for cigarettes to be smoked. So now there is a lot more awareness around what to put in your body, what not to put in your body.
Okay. Edwin?
Yeah, I think young people are definitely more lifestyle orientated versus the previous generations. And that's also been shown where alcohol consumption is down in the younger generations, Gen Z and millennials, versus older generations. So yeah, I think generally, I think we're doing quite good. Obviously, always room for improvement, but yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think any generation wants, well, any non-selfish generation wants the next generation to learn from their mistakes and be better than them. So if we're learning from their mistakes, I think we're in the right direction already by incorporating, the less alcohol. We can see that, yes, that's not the only metric that can say, we're in the right direction, but it's something to show that maybe we did learn from their mistakes. Maybe we're making new mistakes and that we can deal with the next generation can deal with that. But for now, there's some progress in the right direction at least.
You guys are smart, man. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. And so, how do you guys feel as young people? How do you guys feel about health insurance? I mean, do you think that there's a possibility that because your lifestyle and health and wellness is basically one thing for you guys, so it means day in, day out, in your mind, you're being healthy? Do you think you guys would look at health insurance or medical aid and be like, I actually need this? Or, does the invincibility of being young have to die out first?
I think the cost is oftentimes prohibitive. Just the way it works in South Africa, whether you're healthy or not, everyone pays the same. But at the same time, I do think it is and I think that's actually a very great thing because no one's then excluded from getting it. But at the same time, it is something that's very necessary for everyone because you never know what's going to happen, whether you're young or old.
Okay.
Yeah.
On my side, I think it's something that we really need because I remember, I think, Denley, you said we are that generation that love to explore. But now when you're exploring without medical insurance, what if something happens? I mean, you can't think of it when it have already happened because now you are going to lose everything.
Yeah.
Either you or anyone near you, they are going to lose. But what about you think about it now? You cover yourself on that. Doesn't matter you are gymming, you are exercising, but still you need it.
Yeah, insurance is not one of those things that you purchase expecting something out of it. It's one of those things that you have, you keep it in the back on your shelf.
Yeah.
And you just hope you never have to use it.
I like that example. That's very cool.
Yeah, also to add, we must always keep in mind that being young doesn't mean we're immune to bad stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that should be the key. Yeah,
Even when you're young, life can actually happen.
It does happen actually. So yeah.
Oh, nice. And Mandela Day is all about, in its essence, it's actually about community. That's what it's really about. And so, do you think having something like health insurance actually helps you help the people in your lives, your family, your loved ones, by you protecting yourself? Do you think that also protects them?
Yes.
Yeah.
How so?
If I have medical insurance and I get into a car accident or something like that, right? The amount of debt that I would get as a result of that, and God forbid something happens, I die,
Yeah.
they're protected from that debt, because medical aid is going to cover that. Or if I have life insurance, that is even much better. So I think it provides protection to the people that depend on me because they're going to be protected from the debt that comes with me being, for example, disabled. I'm no longer able to work.
Yeah.
Right? Health insurance might help me with that,
Okay.
help me get back. So it does help everyone everyone that depends on you.
It's like you guys are basically saying by taking responsibility, you're able to take care of them as well.
Yeah, definitely. He said it really well. But not transferring the financial burden on them because something happened to you, God forbid. So yeah, definitely can have an impact on your close relatives.
Also, a different view to that. I feel like, okay, I understand there's caps on your cover, there's different, types of cover, etc. But to an extent, if something bad happens to the person that needs that cover right now, by taking the financial elements out of it, that family stress and that family tension is taken away, and you can actually focus on what actually matters, which is this person being sick. Let's care for them on an emotional, mental health, that kind of level, and let's take the money out of it because it's not in our control. Medical aid will cover it. So focus on what really matters.
Yeah, I like that you guys are approaching it with a very, a lot of accountability, and it shows that you guys have quite big hearts, not just big minds, so you guys are doing great. But my last question is, did we actually cover everything?
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we?
I think
We
we
did.
I think so.
Lovely.